Welcome. You're not at all what I expected. I am Sagril, Chancellor of Windermere. She said you were beautiful, although I have noticed that she has peculiar tastes. You're just in time. Our little army is building up quite nicely. I was beginning to fear that we'd actually have to execute the lady's plans, ludicrous as they are. Every summer ballad ends in the maid's defeat. Time and again she has played the villain. Now she intends to change that permanently, and she has the power to do so. This army is not a new device, not at all. It is all part of the great ballad Cursed Kingdom, in which fair Queen Bellmaid reduces the maid's army to a scattered mob. It is the source of her power and of her madness. Normally she's not so terrible to be around, if you don't mind plotting and treachery, that is. Please, it is just Sagril. I am no knight. I only recently came of age. The maid seized me just as I was leaving my hollow, as though she had been waiting. The great cycle has left me vacant, but I am no friend of the Maid of Windermere. Though the winter ballads name her a hero, her favourite role is the heartless tyrant. The beasts in this village may act civilized, but they are anything but. Cross them and they will kill you, just like their wild cousins would. Of course you are, forgive me. I often forget that my time with the House of Ballads has passed. Now I am but a prisoner of the maid. You all are. You see, this place, it's calm. It is only an illusion. The maid uses her strange crystals to pacify the beasts, just as she enchants our friends. We must destroy the crystals to earn our freedom, but they are invisible to all but the maid. It is her song that calls them. The crystals are hidden around the village and forest of Summer's End. You cannot see them with the naked eye. They appear only when summoned by a musical tone. What are you doing here? Come in. Quite a display, my friend. It makes me proud to share a name. You made quick work of the maid's army. The lady herself, however, will prove more formidable. Take this. It's the key to the village bell house. That bell rings with the same tone as the flute, only louder. So loud it can be heard across these high mountains. The toll will break the enchantment on the maid's castle. Then you will have your chance. Make the most of it, my friend. It may be your last. And now I am free. I do hope we meet again. I would like you to have this. It's a talisman. I have no need of it where I am going. Just above the chantry. The door to the castle is warded, but once you ring the bell, that ward will be no more. I am grateful to you.
Welcome to my home, beloved. I hope it suits your fancy, for you will never leave it. I loathe this rock. Its chilled corridors and dripping ceilings, its whispering haunts of a past long dead. I no more wish to be the queen of this castle as I do to return to it, again and again. I will escape its legacy. That is a promise. The fates of Creth and Aermer are on your head, my love. Those good knights were victims of this decaying pattern, sacrifices to the House of Ballads. As for the others, they will fulfill their roles shortly. Each has been saved, freed from their well-worn paths. They walk a new road now. My road. Wenson is here, along with his court of enchantments. The great halls and corridors echo with their voices, of the ancient stories told and forgotten. It is time to begin anew, for we write the final chapter of the House of Ballads. Only when the memory of ancient glories has faded, can new glory be forged. Everything you see, the castle and all that resides in it, could be yours. That includes my love. Consider it.
Sagril, you've come at last. It's time to cross swords with one worthy of your talents. You have caused the maid much grief, and that saddens me. Luckily, your death will provide her much pleasure. I've seen the world as it could be. A realm where I can be what I choose, go where I choose. The maid has enchanted me with her truth. I honor the Emerald Lady with every head I lay at her feet. Yours is next.
Wretched fool of pride am I to think I could resist her seduction. I know perdition like the terrestrial cane, a crutch that saps the dew of youth. Yet here was beauty manifested, a heart serene, sublime, a clamorous cascade, all in calumnious wonder. When night falls on the countryside, the noise of wanton opprobrious lechery, the stench of sullen gloom, and the false corpse of sordid history exhumed to please, come and again in then am I lost.
Look at this, Olaine. The maid's old keep still has vermin lurking in its shadows. Tell me, Sagril, is there a reason we shouldn't exterminate you? I was offered a new telling. One where I no longer bowed to the will of a man who is in every way my inferior. For the first time, I was given a choice. I know who I am. I am Bellmaid, servant of the Queen of Spring, the Maid of Windermere.
Windermere has corrupted and stolen freedom, Hans. She loves her slave, a skeletal mind of sleep, a deathly pagan of submission that trembles near her touch. From ecstasy so base she laughs. She is all. I adore her. I love her without repudiation, malcontent, denial, or false. At times beneath a veil of lusty happenstance, to prove there is no more of Belmaid, my old love. There is only Marquir, only Belmaid. Sacred vows of the rising sun. The eternal flood of a love lies near, a streamlet of satisfied honey truth. Like the flowered scent of a bedewed veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat. Persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending Eva. A love, but this one most divine and fair. The memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will. The gentle calming wind that like the supine earth a tree's embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember.
At last you've come. The maid has made her sick fantasy a reality. Everything she was has been warped by the Prismere crystal she holds so dear. It is difficult to tell if she controls it, or if it controls her. We must escape this place. The telling has failed us, Sagril. Nothing is certain. I've been captured by the maid many times in the telling, and I've always escaped. This time, however, I'm afraid the outcome may prove different. Enchanted, all of them. All to write her twisted tale of dominance. This isn't about breaking the shackles of the past. It's about power, nothing more. If we must. But I fear I have no role in this song now. We are far beyond what is familiar. The maid will be in the courtyard, where our ballad finds its end. Come, I will show you. Perhaps then I will find the courage that is required. It's not far. Stop! Sagar, wait! Go no farther! I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the King's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future, as creatures of common purpose. So they say. But you and I both have seen the coming fire, a change the likes of which no fae, summer or winter, has ever seen. The telling will never cease, but the ballads that make up its grand design will wither and fade, and new ones will blossom on the vine. All you have witnessed was for me alone. It was justice. Imagine a lifetime of bondage 100 times over, and you will know my suffering. You, though, you are special. You are one capable of comprehending such concerns. We too, we are misunderstood. Perhaps, but you and I are the same. We challenge the past and strive to rewrite the future. We are singing the greatest song of all. The Tuatha have taught me that power only comes with the willingness to destroy, to begin anew and tell new stories. And in Prismeer, they have found the means to do so. I weep for what might have been. You and I, side by side, wielding the power of the crystal. But there can only be one hero. We usher in a new season, you and I. One where we rule the House of Ballads side by side. The Maid of Windermere is finished playing the villain. Now go. I shall prepare a place for you. Our telling is whatever we wish to make it.
Course of nature ensues. Yet I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid. Will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion, as she to I. Balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand. A torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero, the maid. grow. Welcome. Farewell, fragile one. The hero returns. But to what? You have, and the remnants of the telling scatter in your wake. Your presence here was the change I saw coming. It was the looming death on the horizon. I do not blame you, Sagril. This world, this Amalur, is a realm of mortals. A kingdom of dust for transient souls on their way from one life to another. It is not a Fey world. It is not my world. Perhaps you and the maid will find reassurance in this volatility. I cannot. I will remain here to serve this house, as has been my role for many seasons. Now, as it was then, I am a servant of the House of Ballads.
The Court of Summer will see what she does.
Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies.
Greetings. I have some ability with the art of sage crafting. Do you wish for some instruction? I shall be here. There is always time to grow your skills. Should you wish, I can offer you a chance to improve your abilities with sage crafting. I came to the Scholia Arcana because magic flows through my family, my entire people. And though the magic is strong, it gives few answers to the questions of life. What is this power? Where does it come from? I hope to learn these truths in time. Many try to join our order, but most do not have the skill necessary to be of use. The Fae possess a certain communion with the magical energies of nature that we mortals can only dream of. Return when you wish to learn more.
Greetings. I will be the savant presiding over your trial of initiation. Traditionally, applicants have prepared for the challenges of this trial through years of study and training. But as Augur mentioned, we realize you are unique. Do you have any questions before we begin? The magic of the ritual confronts the applicant with his or her own potential. Consequently, no two experiences are the same. How this potential manifests varies. Whatever takes place is for the applicant only. Tradition dictates it is never spoken of. And a final warning. While whatever shape the magic takes isn't real, not truly, what happens can have real consequences. Do not underestimate the danger. This is a fluid magic. The form it takes varies according to the power and nature of the ritual's focus. In this case, you. The goal is a simple one: survive. Like every Scholia Arcana member before you, to join our ranks, you must first confront the specter of your potential. And be aware that I am watching. Now, proceed into the center of the circle to begin. Good luck. Not the most welcoming place, is it? Is that a pile of corpses? Fascinating. Don't pay any attention to my ramblings, Initiate. Those pair Gorter look like they're out for blood. You seem to possess quite the facets of violence. Intriguing. By the founders, what is that? A synergistic construct of all chemical elements resonant within a sage-crafted crystalline substance. I do hope you survive the trial. We must discuss this further. The first phase of the trial is complete. Another cave. How interesting. Something is terribly wrong. Ahead, I sense another's presence in the trial. Dissonance, growing, cannot...
Where am I? What is this place? The Dark Empyrean. I cannot remember. I cannot remember anything. And you? I smell death on you, child. Why have you summoned me here? I am the Dark Empyrean, and I will not be bound by you or those you serve. I could kill you now, but I have plans for those who watch from the shadows. Now be gone.
Such power! One moment we were linked, sustaining the magic of the trial, and then an arc of energy, the likes of which I have never seen, burst from you. 3 mages lay dead, and 2 have fled screaming. I know the trial is not meant to be shared, but what in Lyria's name happened? A difficult question. The purpose of the spell is to confront the focus, in this case you, with a force representative of his or her potential. How it goes about this is, well, uncertain. The magic finds a way. So I must ask, what happened in your trial? What did you encounter? A woman? Masked in shadow? I will need to consult my books. Perhaps later we can discuss the details. For now, we have dead to bury and missing mages to find. As for the formalities, you have proven yourself worthy in the trial of initiation. In the name of the Scholia Arcana, I hereby confer unto you the title of Neophyte. Welcome to the Order. Come speak to me when you're ready to be of use. I am a savant in our prestigious order. As scholars of the arcane, we are organized into various ranks according to our mastery of magic. Savant is the 2nd highest rank of the order. My responsibilities may be difficult for you to comprehend until you are better versed in exactly what it is we do. He is, one of the most gifted sage-crafters we have produced in generations. Wherever he may be, I hope he is safe and will soon return to the fold. It is a wondrous world we have been graced with, and among its marvels is the force of magic that builds in strength every day. We have a responsibility to know what these forces are, so that we may better control it. It does not surprise me that Nuala survived the backlash of power that killed 3 of her brethren. From the first day of her novitiate, she demonstrated an insatiable curiosity and remarkable talent. But now, I can't help but wonder if we pushed her too hard. Ah, yes. Newly welcomed applicants are known as neophytes. In time, those who have progressed to handling certain amounts of responsibility may become docents. Particularly gifted members may one day reach the rank of adept. They are traditionally the agents of the Scholia Arcana, to whom great tasks may be entrusted. A very few may reach the rank of savant. These are the leaders of the Order, and they yield only to one, the Art Sage. Oh, right. You passed. Up until the point where all hell broke loose, you were even doing well. Not that we expected anything less. Good fortune. There you are.
Greetings to you.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you always looking to make a bit of coin?
I am certain that what happened to the mages that died here, and Nuala and Kadok, was not your doing. This has not been the only incident of spellcraft gone awry. Magic itself is changing. It is our responsibility as members of the Scholia Arcana to ascertain why. I am sending you to the ruin of Aod, to the south. There, the element of fire thrives as though it has a life of its own. After your initiation trial, the magic in Aod shifted. I believe this magic is tied to you, Initiate. Confronting it might yield some answers. Priests of Raykor have long sealed Aod from entry, but we know it to be an ancient ruin. If you're interested in the details, read Velthilian Carr's Aod, the Mythos of Mayhem. I'm sure our library has a copy. Somewhat self-destructive cultists who worship the arcane aspects of fire. They frequent places they believe blessed by Raykor and do not welcome trespassers. Followers of Raykor dwell within. They have quite the affinity for fire, as do other creatures found there. As for what may be causing the recent swelling in power emanating from the ruin, your guess is as good as mine. Where did I put my quill?
I hoped you would come. After all, I owe you so much. How can I repay you for what you've done? There was a time when kings begged me to read their fortunes. Shall I read yours? I have so many names, but I am not the subject of this conversation. Do you wish your fortune read or not? Interesting. It appears as though you have no future. Does this mean your death is nigh? I've crafted what I need, and I'm done with this woman's body. Right now, she's trying to tell you to kill me. Perhaps you would like to oblige her? Now burn!
It was Nuala Ignis who stirred the magics of Aod? At least now we may restore the balance of the ruin before the rest of Dalentarth is engulfed in flames. What is this? You caught her crafting this, you say? Remarkable. Just utterly remarkable. That might explain her behavior. Breaching the seals of Aod should have been far beyond her capacity. Not to mention whatever this is, I have never seen the like. It is as if the element of fire were given physical form. You have done well. I have another assignment for you when you are ready. In the meantime, I shall be studying this sunstone. For generations, the lords of Kandrian Keep have ruled over various parts of the plains of Erethel. Kandrian Keep is the ancestral seat of power. Melaglir is a trade hub between the great cities of Adessa to the south and Rathir to the north. Lately, however, the town has been experiencing a number of disappearances. Adept Fell recently began investigating some disappearances in Melaglir. I haven't heard from her in some time. I want you to go to Melaglir in the plains of Erethel. A member of our order will meet you on your way there to give more information. Do not keep your contact waiting. And when you've sorted the business with Lerkara out, meet me at the Rathir chapter house. Archsage Jubal Calidus is the highest-ranking member of our order. He is the most powerful sorcerer alive, and as such, commands the allegiance of all within the Scholia Arcana. If he ever asks anything of you, neophyte, be sure to deliver. North and east, across the plains of Erethel, to the village of Mel Aglir. I will be setting out for Rathir shortly, so when you are finished in Melaglir, meet me at the chapter house there. Oh, goodbye then.
Pyroclastic resonance, body temperatures still well above ambient, and freshly broken earth. Ah, forgive my manners. You were sent to meet a contact, and here I am, Jubal Calidus, Archsage of the Scholia Arcana. If you would be so kind as to ready your weapons, I believe we are about to be attacked. You will be in my thoughts. I follow their trail from Melaglir in the hope that they carried a letter from the missing Adept Fell. And indeed, I was correct. I believe this should go to you. The message names a likely suspect. Continue onward then, to Melaglir. Speak to this Patrick Morkan, and find what befell our missing colleague.
Ethan and I came up through our initiation trials together. He is my most trusted savant. There is a reason he was chosen as your mentor, neophyte. Heed his wisdom. Fascinated with rank, are you? Perhaps one day you would like to stand in my shoes. Trust me, it is not as pleasant as it seems. For centuries, the High Lords of Kandrian used spell and sword to keep a fragile peace. But times have changed. It has become a land ruled by fear. Use caution when walking its roads. Nestled in the protective shadow of Kandrian Keep, it appears Melaglir is now home to a predator. Try speaking to the local villagers to determine what has happened to Adeptfell. Should you tarry in finding what troubles the village, there might not be anyone left to question. I am not accustomed to being questioned by anyone, even newcomers as promising as you. See to your task, neophyte, and remember, whatever attacked Adeptfell is not to be underestimated. You will be in my thoughts.
Greetings!
On a darkling wind she rose, gripped within impassioned throes, and I, her chosen witness proud, did fall beneath her endless shroud. Something about you reminded me of the verse. Of course, the poet was discussing death. I am Patrick Morcan. How may I be of assistance? That is why you are here, no? Death has come to Melaglir, and you are but a step behind her. Pardon me. Grief tends to push me toward theatrics. You see, my wife was among the first of our villagers to disappear. But we are a private people, and we prefer to keep our dead exactly where they lie, good and buried. I will speak no more of it. Between the Tuatha invading in the east and the bandits marauding in the west, it seems that death is making a home of Kandrian. Lord Kandrian did what needed to be done. When the Tuatha came, he had to choose. Fight a losing battle, or save that which could be saved. I'm just glad it was Melaglir that could be saved. 211 years I've called this place my home. It was once a peaceful town, but lately peace seems to be in short supply. You wish to know of me? I once owned a shop where I sold trinkets to passers-by. Then my wife was taken. Now I spend my days in the Raven, watching people, waiting to die. Ah, her. A particularly belligerent woman, if I recall. I believe she left our village recently for parts unknown. Master Dace made quite the fuss. Apparently she left her possessions in a footlocker in her room. I suppose she left in a hurry. Me? How would I possibly know? Don't be a stranger.
Good day.
Greetings.
Hail, wanderer.
Guard doing sending a neophyte to rescue me? Doesn't he understand what's going on here? There is a necromancer in Mel Aglir. Ethan Engar is one of the most knowledgeable and respected spellcasters in the Order. He may seem distracted or absent-minded at times, but trust me, we're lucky to have him on our side. Not an unusual thing in these times, especially with the Tuatha raiding the coastline. But Kandrian's always been secure. When the Order heard of what was happening, we had to investigate. Something unnatural was at play. I'll tell you my whole life story just as soon as you deal with the Morkans and save this village. Let this be a lesson to you, neophyte. It's always the quiet towns on the fringe of society with the real freaks, hiding out in plain sight. I'll tell you everything you want to know about it, just as soon as you stop the Morkans. Look around you. Patrick Morkan's wife may have died from natural causes, but nothing natural brought her back. I know because I've been watching her walking corpse feast on prisoners for over a week. She and her husband are nearby. If you strike quickly, you can catch them by surprise and end this horror. Yes, I'm not certain which is more torturous, having to watch Patrick Morkan feed villagers to his dead wife, or the way he caresses her cheek as he wipes the blood from her chin. Oof. As threatening as his dead wife may seem, kill the sorcerer first. Once the master is destroyed, the magic that animates her corpse will dissipate. She's just an automaton, after all. We both know there isn't a magic that can bring the dead back to life. I'll see to getting out of this cell. With you distracting them, I should be able to escape. I'll see you at the Raven when this is done. By all means, take your time killing the psychotic necromancer who almost fed me to his dead wife. I'll just wait here. Hurry!
This isn't what it looks like. Oh, fine. I'll admit it. I tried to bring her back from the grave. Is it really so hard to understand? Have you never been in love? I'll say one thing. Your timing is impeccable. I think she's hungry, and you'll make quite the feast. Don't be a stranger. No! I'll make you pay for that, you monster!
After all this, I'm grateful to be alive. And uneaten. It was lucky that you showed up when you did. I must say, I'm impressed, neophyte. Few of your rank would be able to handle a necromancer of Morkan's power. I will remain behind, attend to the village. You should report to Savant Engar as quickly as you can. I've got my work cut out for me repairing the damage that Patrick Morkan did to this village. But I'm glad to be here at least. It's the main base of the Scholia Arcana in the Feylands. Sometimes I miss city life, but I feel like I have a duty to this town. We explore the magic of this world, for it is a powerful force that can be abused, as we've seen. Goodbye, then.
Good day. Hail, wanderer.
So let me guess. Bored and looking for something interesting, right? What do I know of war? I've got my own struggles to overcome. I wish the Alpha victory, but it's not as if I will see any gain from their triumphs. Ha! Melaglir. There are Tuatha about. The local lord cowers in his keep and seeds of unrest everywhere. Take me with you when you leave, will you? I'm a healer. Been stuck here for what seems like an eternity. I've been mending bones and curing sicknesses in exchange for farmers' foodstuffs.
Space is just...
Move along, citizen.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Citizen.
Remember, the maid who hesitates is lost. You must be confident. You must strike. A newly recruited student. Welcome. Please join us. We're simply preparing for some field research. Part of the training involves sending initiates to Gloam Thicket, a Fey Hollow in a Catha. It gives my pupils first-hand experience with Fey magics. Now that I think of it, I believe you're overdue for some field research yourself. Care to investigate? I try to give the initiates some perspective on the scope and types of magic. Part of this involves seeing the magic of the Fae. Gloam Thicket was an ideal spot for them to observe Fae magic. But lately, they haven't been returning. Something's preying on the initiates. Like I said, it's in the Akatha. Given the environment and the presence of Morgan, I'd say a Banshane priestess has awakened. Dangerous things. I suggest fireballs to the head repeatedly until it stops moving. It's nestled in the flooded plains of Akatha. Never used to be more than Morgan there, but now it's something more serious. Find the Banshane priestess that's killing our initiates, and put it down.
Greetings.
So, a necromancer was behind Melaglir's disappearing villagers. Disturbing. My suspicions regarding your potential were well-founded. You are forthwith promoted to the rank of docent. As a docent, your first order of business is to the west, to speak with a man named Anka Edmure. I imagine it rankled Adept Fell to no end that you were responsible for saving her life. That pleases me. He's the most powerful practitioner of magic alive, that we know about, at least. Few members of the Order ever get to meet the Arch-Sage, to tell the truth. He's simply too busy doing whatever it is that Arch-Sages do. You are to liaise with a man named Anka Edmure, a rather enthusiastic sage-crafter from the village of Emir to the west. He often sends reports of mystical occurrences that usually turn out to be exaggerated tales of inebriated fever dreams. His latest cry for help, however, may hold some truth. Go to Emir, speak to the man, and find out what he means by Shardfall has come alive. You wish to know more about him? I believe he is a sage-crafter of some ability. His ardor for magic is noble, but I fear he has never demonstrated the breadth of skill necessary to warrant an invitation to our order. Let me know when you have figured out what is happening in Shardfall. In the meantime, I will continue studying the rather phenomenal properties of this sunstone. Oh, goodbye then.
Hello there.
Good evening.
You're with the Scholia Arcana, are you not? I'm so very honored to make your acquaintance. I know what I wrote was vague. At first, I didn't know what I was dealing with. It's just... Shardfall. It's changed. You're the greatest mages in the land. No one knows more than you do about... well, anything, I suppose. To be honest, I'm surprised anyone answered my request for help. I'm somewhat used to being ignored. Shardfall is a cave to the west and north. It's a good place to harvest shards, hence the name. The place always has a bit of a chill, but recently the cave became cold, and it howls like it's angry. Many days past, my assistant, Donald Cutty, delved into the cave to collect samples. He never returned. It's more than just wind. It's like the cave is screaming. I could almost make out the words too, but I couldn't take the cold. I had to flee. I tried to find my assistant, but I failed. The cold of the cave is too great. Not 6 steps in, my boots froze to the very rock. That's why I've been devising a talisman to stay warm. The work is almost complete too. I just need one last thing. If you're willing to aid me, perhaps we can solve this mystery. After I failed to make it deeper into Shardfall than just a few steps, I put up a barrier. No need to have some poor fool stumble in there by mistake. The barrier will let you through if you have an amulet that can keep you warm. Like one made from a Barghest's heart. A Paragon Barghest, that'll do just fine. I've heard of one ranging north of Emir. If you can kill it, fetch me its heart, and I will be able to complete my pendant. I need the heart of a Paragon Barghest. They can be found west of here. Kill one, harvest its heart, and return it to me. Then I'll be able to finish my pendant. Donald Cutty, my assistant. He runs errands for me, cleans my shop, and occasionally harvests gems from Shardfall. He's a bright lad, and has never taken this long to return from the cave. Later then. that of a paragon barghest. Incredibly tough creatures they are. Give me a moment. There, take it. You're better suited to plumbing the depths of Shardfall than I. You can now brave the cold to investigate exactly what's happening. Years ago, I read a treatise from Savant Hadris Llewellyn that suggested frost magic was particularly potent there, but I never gave it much thought. All I really know is something dark is happening within. Be cautious. Later then.
I wondered when you would find me. Almost enough to make you believe in fate, isn't it? The woman I wore last time we danced wasn't as strong as this one. Perhaps I flatter myself to think I might offer a better challenge now. Sideus, the Crystal Weir. That is what this place was called once. Much more appropriate a name than Shardfall, don't you think? My people have lost their appreciation for language, it seems. So much has changed since I last walked the world. That was long ago, when I learned the only answers worth seeking lie in death, mortal. Death, and death alone. Such enthusiasm. Very well. This body has served its purpose. And you should be more fun than that poor gem cutter I found. Have you learned any new tricks since our last meeting? Don't disappoint me.
If you learn what happened to my assistant, please let me know. Yeah, that's his ring, all right. What a shame. He had real talent and a promising future. Here, take these. I made them for Donald. To help him in his pursuits of sage crafting. But perhaps you can put them to good use. Later then. Nice to see a familiar face. So much tension in this village, I don't know whether to bolt the door or move away. Thank you again for bringing me word of what happened to Donald. I hope his soul can find some rest. I'll be here.
not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
Oh, and what would you have done? So many maids. These days.
Welcome.
Good day. Remember, so your inquiry was successful. Please, take this to cover travel and any other expenses. Hello.
Ah, there you are. So you are the new initiate that has everyone talking. I heard how indispensable you were in stopping that necromancer in Melaglir. I am Erin Methneen. Savant Engar suggested that I congratulate you on what he estimated would be an inevitable victory, and that I give you this. Additionally, he requested that you meet him atop the mountain of Skycrown to the south. I have no idea why, but the note will likely explain further. Good luck!
Hello there. Hello.
Criathnock Thintri, the Fae call it. Sky Crown Mountain. It's beautiful, isn't it? Like stars across the night sky, the varied elements of magic arrange themselves throughout our world in different patterns. This place is a convergence of one such pattern, a focus of the energies of air and light. Exactly so. This place is to lightning what Aard is to fire, or Sadeus is to ice. Your power has grown so much in so short a time. It is astonishing, really. I am proud to have guided you this far. At first, I thought I could contain her, that I could keep her at bay, but I was vain. Her power is vast, and she is tireless. Ever since your initiation trial, she has been worming deeper into my mind. She made me wait until you arrived. I cannot fight her any longer, so I must try to end it here. Now run! Run!